Here we are then, just getting ready for the Bambino final. Another exciting one ahead, I think. Riley Murro lines up on pole. Alongside him, Ethan McClelland. Behind them, it's Austin Oman and Cole Teal on row 2. Following that, Harper Das on row 3 alongside Chester Fawkes. Behind them, it's Charlie Page and Jensen Biglands. And finalising our grid, it's Daniel Ferguson and Lewis Cicaldi. And as if by magic, DJ returns to the comms box.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How was that? Those were good interviews. Did you hear me saying, what is it with DJ and hair? Because the first thing you mentioned to Kipolowski was his hair.
Well, again, look at it.
It was an impressive maid, I'll give you that.
How does he see where he is going?
Yes,
all
also
that hair
that.
in his face.
It surely must all be tucked back in the helmet.
It probably is, yes. I suspect it probably is.
But, another exciting one ahead, I think.
Yeah, Bambino racing. Love a bit of Bambino racing. This is the third to last race, isn't it? Because we've got Junior TKM and TKM Extreme after, so I was hiccuping.
That Red Bull is really
that Red Bull, it's kicking in the system. But
it's keeping you awake, though. So
yeah.
Not that you need that. The racing's fantastic anyway.
Oh, yeah, the racing's kept me awake all the way throughout this. So,
brilliant. As we've said previously, these Bambinos, it's all about the momentum, the slipstream, and all of that jazz. So tactics are going to come into play, especially across 15 minutes.
Oh, yes. It's a long, old race for these young drivers.
Really long.
You have to remember, they are the youngest drivers here this weekend. And, yeah, 15 minutes. For me to pay attention 15 minutes is not even feasible. For these young drivers to
now
try
TikTok's out. I can't last 15 minutes. Don't get anything.
There we go. So action there on the dummy grid. Dads clear the grid, as of course all privateer teams. So some dads are mechanics, some dads don't even know what they're doing. It's their first year in racing, but we'll find out what they can do as lights go out. Here we go then. Good start from the entire grid, and everyone looking to the inside. Just say they're not looking where they're going. They're all looking beside them and be like, yeah. I'm alongside. Cool.
Cut him off.
We're all good. Not quite. Side by side action there for the front. Riley Murro and Ethan McClelland there, absolutely neck and neck as they go up into Christmas corner for the first time.
Oh, he's got it though.
He has managed to just claw alongside. That'll be the outside line there as helps. He can carry the speed through. Less steering input means more waft on the straight. And remember, just that little less steering at the bottom of the hill makes about a full kart's length at the top of the hill. So, just those little things, straightening the wheel up as soon as you possibly can. That's the main one that these drivers have to get over. So, as they go through again, I said there's Harper Das there in 4th place again, just coming through. Now, Harper Das, obviously, he didn't have a good qualifying, i.e. he didn't qualify, no wheels. So he had to start at the back. So now this is the first time that we're seeing him starting from the mid-pack sort of section, nearer the front. He managed to get from the back up to the front. Now he can start here. You can see he's latched onto the back. Group of 4, all racing for the lead. So it is Murro from Das, McClelland, Oman. Then it's Teal. Then it's Fawkes, Bigland, Page, Cicaldi, and Ferguson. So it's saying Harper Das has got up into second place. No, the 95 is quite clearly there in 4th.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happened there.
We'll update the timing.
We'll update that in just a moment. But yes, you can. There we go. Now it's sorted itself out. There you go. Gremlins in the system somewhere.
Indeed.
Motorsport dash timing. Ian Rogers on the case. Yaz is in there as well with her lovely pink hair. It's good. There we go. So 13 minutes to go. Nice breakaway of the group of 4. Still there. Cole Teal rounding out the next group of drivers from Chester Fawkes, Biglands, Page, Cicaldi, Ferguson. All on the first lap. Pace at the moment, all roughly about the same. Fastest lap on that last one was Harper Das, I believe.
However, we think that's probably wrong.
It could have been Ethan McClelland's lap time that was that fastest. I'm sure it will update this time around. Crossing the line, it does. Fastest lap of the race, Riley Murro, 102.92 across the line.
Ethan McClelland doing exactly the same time.
Exactly the same time.
As he's bumpered him up the straight towards Christmas, as Ethan.
Yeah. He's
not going for a move. He definitely could have done, but playing it smart is Ethan McClelland. But it looks like Harper Das has fallen off the back of the pack slightly. I'm not sure he's just had a bad corner.
Yeah, potentially so. Just again, may have taken a corner a little bit tighter than usual, and again, it's just really struggled. Then up the hill. Then the turn 1 is probably the most important corner on this circuit, purely for that run-up to Christmas.
Definitely.
Purely for that run-up to Christmas.
And like we were saying earlier in the heat, to take a very different line to a lot of the other karts through that first corner, don't they? They can take it a lot tighter on the entry because they are going at such a less amount of speed. That slight turn-in doesn't affect them quite as much. But these two, I was going to say, beginning to break away a little bit. Harper Das already right on the back of the number 7 of Austin on Man. Whether they can now work together to catch back up to the leading two, or whether they'll end up breaking into 2 pairs of 2, we'll have to wait and see. But still, just under 12 minutes to go.
Let's see what they can do. It'd be curious to know, obviously, if they can work together and push that out. It's just a case of who, like you say, who's the faster out the 2 pairs. That's all it's really going to be. There's another pair just in the background of shot as well. That'll be Cole Teal and Chester Fawkes. Riley Murro, again, fastest lap of the race, 102.85. And Ethan McClelland, exactly the same lap time, 102.85. The drivers behind, they were in the 103.3s. So, yeah, quite a sizable bit slower on that last lap.
Practically the identical time
as
well.
Again, identical between the two of them also. Championship standings going into this final. Riley Murro leads it. I mean, he's had maximum points in his round 1 about heat. We can get the virtual standings up as change for 3rd place. Harper Das goes through. There is the virtual championship just ahead of you. This is how it would stand if they'd finish as they cross the line kind of now. It might change now that Harper Das has gone in front, but I don't think it will.
Not quite close enough on points, I don't think.
No, but his number did change, but it didn't gain or go up. But yeah, Riley Murro would lead in the championship. He's had a pretty solid season. The only person who has taken a final from him was Chester Fawkes. That was at the first round. Other than that, it has been Riley Murro for the rest of the season. He leads with 322 points, obviously updated on there, of course, with the results from this, from Austin O'Man, Chester Fawkes, Harper Das, Cole Teal. You know, it's been a good year for all of them. They're all fairly close in the points, and that's why, again, we like Bambino Racing. One more round to go as well. This is, of course, the penultimate round of the championship, so I don't think we're crowning one here. Obviously, there is no way I could be able to do the maths for that.
I mean, you couldn't do 4 times 4, mate.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So there's no way I'm going to try and organise. Like, these numbers go up to like 65. I mean, that's a big number, ladies and gents. So there's no way I could be able to do maths for that. But now, look at this. Harper Das is seriously closed in.
That was about 1 lap, I think it took him to catch that up.
So, you know, we were talking about tyre pressures earlier.
Yeah.
And whether or not they come into play. Has that happened here again? Has you know, started on, I don't know, like I don't know how it works, but they go
talking from absolutely no experience.
Well, I'm not a mechanic.
No.
I'm not a mechanic. I'd love to mechanic at one point, like, you know, spend a day with it, doing the spanners. I reckon I'd do a good job. But yeah, so again, something's happened there, and I think, yeah, pressures have had to come into effect, and he's caught back up. But we did see this in the pre-final as well. He caught up, and then he dropped back again, did Harper Das, and then he caught up again. So we'll just have to see what happens here. It's a learning lesson. All these drivers are learning. It's some of their first years in karting, some in their second years as well. A bit of a
bump.
It was a love tap, just to say,
let him know he's still there.
Yeah, just still there. But he's got to be careful.
He's got a warning flag. I'm not sure if it was for that, but Ethan McClelland with a warning flag and hand in the air from
Riley Murro certainly thinks that's what it was for. Yeah. But yes, across the line, I think it was just a reminder saying I'm there.
Just a hello, mate.
Yeah.
But no, it's impressive from Riley Murro to be that dominant throughout this championship, through the season. Like, that's impressive. Like, even though these drivers are this young, they're all still at an incredibly high level.
Yeah.
And yeah, impressive to be that dominant throughout the season and continuing to lead this one. Because I remember you interviewed most, if not all, of these drivers during your paddock show, didn't you? Was it Riley Murro where you said, who's going to win? Was he the first one that went, it's me?
Yeah.
I think they all went, it's me.
Said, oh, dear me.
Oh,
they're off the track. That is Daniel Ferguson, and that kart has come to a stop on circuit. Also, as well, Lewis Cacoldi. He's also retired. He retired 2 laps ago. Not sure. He's coming to the pit lane, so I'm not sure what's happened to Lewis. Scottish driver. He's had a long drive to get here, and unfortunately his final has ended up in the pit lane. So
it's going to be an even longer drive back.
Yeah, it will be. So that's a nightmare. Right now, though, still 7 minutes to go. We're about half race distance then in this Bambino final, and so far these 3 drivers have, well, they've quite literally super glued each other to themselves. That is what they've done.
Particularly Ethan McClelland on Riley Murro. You've seen him bumping him on practically every straight. Just letting him know that he's there.
Yeah.
But when's one going to go for this move? Because they've been close enough for the past, well, since the start of the race, really, to go for the move. So
just patience.
Just waiting, biding their time.
It's a waiting game. What you do at this sort of stage in the race is you're just learning. You're testing the waters. You think, where's the best place to go for? Where is someone a little bit slower? Where do I catch up really easily? And where do I drop back a bit? It's the places where you catch up really quickly. That's the corner that you want to go for the move, because that's probably where they're going to be most vulnerable. So, so we'll think about that. Another head jet backwards there.
Yep.
Here's the group just behind, though. Let's have a chat about this. So Austin Oman leads that second group of three. Chester Fawkes and Cole Teal. They're having exactly the same sort of battle, but are they catching the group in front? The gap's currently 4.7 seconds. They'll cross the line. It will update. It has updated already. It's over 6 seconds. So, yeah, they dropped a couple of seconds on that last lap alone. Just behind those three as well, you've got Charlie Page and you've got Jensen Biglands. They are still going strong out on circuit, 7th and 8th, doing respectable lap times as well. And chopping and changing in that group as well as Chester Fawkes dives to the lead at the front of this one.
I'm not sure what's happened to Austin Oman, because if you remember, only like sort of 3 or 4 laps ago, it was him and Harper Das working together, wasn't it, to try and catch the leaders. And now he's dropped back to the back of this pack. So whether it's just something's gone wrong or whether he's got an issue or whatnot, we're not sure. But now he's in 6th place.
It could just be, the length of the weekend. It's a long weekend. They're young drivers. They work on their fitness even at this young age. So, there's lots to do. Back here at the front, though, and back to back with that one now as they go through. They all look quite similar. It's hard to tell. They're all very small, very dinky little carts. Yeah. And it's all like, who are we following?
It's difficult to pick out who's who slightly, but looking back to this battle for 4th, and there's a new person at the front of it, I think, Chester Fawkes now. Indeed, that was when himself and Teal overtook Oman even, but Oman not falling off the back of the pack. To be fair to him, as someone who is falling off the back of the pack, Harper Das.
Again, this is what we saw in the pre-final. Not sure why, but got really quick. In the last lap, he set the fastest lap of the race. Or he has the fastest lap of the race since Harper Das. I don't think anyone's beaten it yet. So I think he struggled on that last lap. Yeah, it was about, 2
or 3 tenths, wasn't it?
About that.
Again, identical times between Murro and McClelland.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't be surprised if that's happened practically every lap of this race.
You just see there, McClelland just all over the back of Murro there, and just easing him along as much as possible. Bump drafting, that's all it is. But you can't call it that. Drafting, as he's going through. But Harper Das just not able to stick with these two now in this last part of the section. But of course that will all change. These two will start scrapping when that timer runs out. McClelland will go for the move, or Murro will start defending, or anything like that. So this race is far from over, ladies and gentlemen.
McClelland's going to hope that he can continue to push out that gap over Das, so that there's no threat of anyone going through on him from behind, and he can focus on that move and Murro as we get into the closing stages of this race.
Oh, now it's starting to get a bit interesting. It looked like there McClelland looked for a move down the inside at Ashby. He's again testing the waters. That's what he's having a look. So
get in his head.
Exactly. So plenty is happening in this race.
As we've said previously, Riley Murro is no stranger to leading a race.
There's a very kind Ken Potter standing in the middle of our cameraman shot there. Very kind of him. No, Ken did a fabulous job at the circuit. He's always the one who's quick to make sure everyone's all right and make sure you follow the rules well. So don't want to get on the wrong side of Ken Potter, I'll tell you that. I have been on the wrong side of Ken Potter. He's wagged his finger at me once or twice before, and I'll be like,
"You've been a naughty boy."
I'm sorry, Ken. There you go. He's a buttercup, really. There we go. 3 minutes to go.
Look at that gap now between McClelland and Das. That's over 2.5 seconds now that that's fallen. So Harper Das seemed to be one of the most pacey out there at the beginning of this race, but now just falling off. And look at that. Looks for the move again. Down into the right-hander. Yeah, not happening that time.
That last lap, 2 seconds slower there was Harper Das. So not sure what's caused that. Still, Chester Fawkes, Cole Teal, Oman, Page and Biglands. Still there just behind, but all eyes for the moment on these top two, Murro and McClelland.
And it's a bit of a waiting game now.
It is really, isn't it? They're following each other, not doing anything. They're holding that tighter line as they go in. Again, just doing that. And is that cut slowing down? Because Harpadas, I think...
Yeah, Harpadas just continues to lose time, doesn't he, every lap?
He lost another second on that lap alone, and I'm not sure if Wagon rolling too well.
1.2 seconds slower on that last lap. That is a hefty margin. But he still does have... Well, at least on the timing, it says he has 6 seconds. On our timing on the screen, it says he only has 1 now. So it's really closing in. So, yeah, what's happened there with Harpadas? I don't know. That's such a massive change of pace.
Yeah, well, he's managing it. He's managing the race. He's doing what he needs to do. He's just got to keep it to the front. He's just waiting for these two to go for it. But he doesn't want to drop back too much. But
he's nearly in the clutches of Chester Forks now. The Chester Forks could be looking for a podium. Chester obviously has Cole Teal right behind with a small gap now back to Austin Oman.
Yeah. So you've got to watch out for it. So
here it comes.
Again, some of these drivers' first year in karting, lots to learn. And again, for everyone who's watching as well, when was your first time karting? You know, when was your first kart experience? Some of these drivers, their first karting experience was when their dad bought the Bambino and then they test drove it in a car park late at night. That was it. That was someone's first experience. I think someone told me their first experience was, I can't remember who it was, but they said, oh yeah, my dad bought me one. We were doing it on the driveway. And then I floored it, and I went into the garage door. I can't remember who that was who told me that, but if that was you, do get in contact.
And that was a senior X30 driver.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so 30 seconds to go then. Timer quickly running out, and whether or not we're going to see a move or not, I think we will. You know, like we were saying, Austin Oman, who was, of course, second in the championship, Ethan McClellan, currently 5th in the championship standings on the right chassis. This in this group you've got 4 different chassis. You've got the right chassis, you've got the Fullerton chassis, you've got the Project One chassis, you've got the RCE chassis as well. So 4 different chassis out on circuit. So you know, plenty of
a wide variety.
A wide variety, yeah. There was a word that I was looking for, and it stumped me, is what it did. Timer strike 0 then, and now the last lap board will be out this time for these two, Riley Murro and Ethan McClelland. But they've been line astern all the way throughout this race. It's built up to all this time. Are we going to see a move? Do you think so?
To be honest, I think this is the furthest apart they've been this entire race. But look at that, how much deeper the 23 of Ethan McClelland can go into under the brakes, into the boot there, and immediately closes back up that gap. So as you say, 1 lap to go. Can he do anything about it? He's been sizing up a move down at the right-hander that I always forget the name of after Christmas corner and Boxing Day.
Ashby.
Ashby, of course. He's been looking for it there, so I think maybe that might be his best bet. But look at him. He's right on the back of Riley Murro now. He's got a couple of opportunities, but look at that. Riley moves to be defensive up into Christmas corner.
And McClellan is sensible about this and sticks to the normal racing line, which means he'll have the momentum around the corner. He doesn't have to turn as sharp, and you can see there the 2 different racing lines. That affects it. Keep an eye on Harpadas. This may close the gap, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as he is about 8 seconds further down the road. And
this could be it.
Very wide there was Murro. He's got to be careful here, and no, holds on to it.
I thought he had that around the outside, but no. Riley Murro manages to cut him off, moves to the inside to defend again through Osiers. He's probably got one more opportunity as Ethan McClelland here into the boot. Riley Murro goes defensive again. Can he do it around the outside? Ethan's going to try it. Nope. Go to the switchback. In defensive goes to 22. Will the switchback work? 23 looks it down the inside. They do make contact, but the defensive again goes Riley Murro, and it looks like he should be able to hold on to this one. He does as he crosses the line to take the win in the Bambino final, led from start to finish. But it wasn't that easy under pressure from Ethan McClelland the whole way through the race. But Ethan ended up P2 with Riley just ahead, and Harpadas comes through to finish in P3. We thought for a moment he could be challenging for the win, but just started to fall off throughout the middle section of that race. But still a great performance on Harpadas, and still got the fastest lap there in P3. Then it was Cole Teal in P4, then Chester Forks in P5, then it was Austin Oman P6, Charlie Page, P7, and then Jensen Biglands, P8. That was everyone that managed to get to the checkered flag in that one. There was also Daniel Ferguson and Lewis Kirkcaldy that didn't make it to that checkered flag, both either having to pull off the track or pull into the pit lane. But there we go. That was your Bambino final here at Whilton Mill for the British Kart Champs. Another good final, and DJ has hot-footed out of the comms box to go down to the collecting area after the race and talk to those top 3 drivers. I'll be very interested to hear from them because there was a lot of tactics going on throughout that race. It looks like they're all okay front bumper-wise. Indeed, they are. The top 3 getting motion through to go and have a chat with DJ and take their top 3 podium positions. And yeah, as I say, I'm interested to hear from Riley Murro and Ethan McClellan, particularly on that last lap. Ethan McClellan worked with Riley for the whole race, left it down to that last lap to go for a move, but it didn't quite work out at the end there. So fair play to Riley Murro, continues his quite domination, I think is the right word, of this Bambino Championship this year, and gets another win in a final. So well done to Riley Murro. But he certainly had to work hard to do it. A 10th of a second at the end there between himself and Ethan McClellan. But as I can see the cameraman down in the pit lane, in the collecting area, I'm sure that DJ will be ready to chat with those drivers soon. Of course, these drivers so young. These interviews are going to be interesting. Of course, in the Bambino class, they're all between 6 and 8 years of age, which is just ridiculous to see them out on a racetrack and fighting that closely. As I say, a 10th of a second after a 15-minute race. It's just ridiculous. And like we were saying before, Riley Murro and Ethan McClellan were lapping almost identical lap times practically every lap. It was unbelievably impressive from those two. So all the drivers on the grid there should hold their head up high after that one and taking more experience through into their further races. And as DJ said earlier, I believe that was our penultimate round of the Bambino Championship. As I look to my little document, that is refusing to load. That's very kind of it. I shall find you the Bambinos. As there we are indeed. This was round 3 at Whilton Mill. They'll have their final round, round 4 at PFI, coming up relatively shortly, in a month's time. That will be the 23rd to the 25th of September. And of course, we'll be live on Alpha Live. So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on all of that action. British Kart Champs want to always bring lots and lots of action. And it's brilliant to see, especially with drivers of all different age ranges across all of these different grids that we've seen so far today. People in the Bambino, 6 to 8 years old, and then you've got all the way out to Senior X30, where guys are sort of in their late teens. But I believe Anthony Jordan's now ready for me to hand down to him.
Thank you very much, John. Yes, down here with our Bambino drivers and Riley Murro. Cheesy grin on your face there, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, we spoke to you in the paddock show last night, and I'm pretty sure you said, oh, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And it happened.
It was very hard against Ethan and me. There was a few little touches now and then, but it was good, fair racing.
It was a brilliant racing, wasn't it? It was a close race all the way throughout. Who would you like to thank?
My dad.
Your dad. Good on the spanners.
Yep.
He's done well, and so have you. Well done, Riley. Well done. We'll see you at the next round.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's chat to our second place man, Ethan. Well done, second place. You happy?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was it a good race? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
You were right behind Riley all the way through that. Is he tough driver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to beat him?
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to do it the next round?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you like to thank?
My dad.
Your dad? He's done well?
Yeah.
And so have you. Well done, mate. Ethan McClellan there. Let's chat to Harper. Harper, well done. Tough race, a long race as well. How did you find it?
Good.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, talk us about that. You were with these two. What happened?
It just started up the hill. It just started slowing down.
Yeah. So well, it happens. It's learning, isn't it? It's racing. It's a tough business, and Dad's doing a good job. He's doing all your spanners, isn't he? So who do you want to thank him?
Thank my dad, Justin and Mark.
They've done a brilliant job for you. In third place, you can be happy with that one. Nice cheesy grin. Are you looking forward to the next round?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, P3.
Thanks.
There we go, our top 3 drivers there. Brilliant stuff from them. Obviously, their first year of karting, so lots to learn still, but they do show us some brilliant, brilliant racing. 2 more races to go. John, we'll head back to you.
Great to hear from those Bambino drivers. So well spoken at such a young age. It's brilliant to hear from them after that Bambino final. And I'm going to sound like my mum, but oh my goodness, they're so cute. They're so cute.
So we'll start with our Bambinos, and again a very exciting race, we'll call it. It was pretty calm all the way throughout, but they do have our top 3. We'll start with our 3rd place driver, so please give a huge round of applause for 3rd place, number 95, Harper Das. Go on, pick it up. You got Chris Walker there. He's going to get your photos. Hat on, hat on. Yeah, you got to get that on your noggin. There you go. Perfect. What? Look at that, perfect. In 2nd place in the Bambino final, our top rookie as well. A huge round of applause, please, for the number 23, Ethan McClelland. Well done, Ethan. And Ethan jumps out. It's a big step there for you, Ethan. Come on, hat on. There we go. You're on top of that one. There you go. Perfect. You pick that one up. You've got it. Pick your trophy up and then give a nice big smile to Chris just here. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. And then as well, please, a big round of applause for your race winner, taking another 65 points for the season and his winning mechanic. Please welcome to the podium, number 22, Riley Murro, and his dad, Jim Murro. Well done. Get your medal there from Claudia. There we go. You're used to this now. Come on, get it. Get that on your noggin. Oh, you got to put it on. There you go. You've got it. Swapping it over. That's perfect. Trophy up in the air. And a big cheesy grin to your photographers. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bambino finalists. Up a bit, down a bit. Go on, Parrot, get photos in. There we go. Lovely. Well done, guys. Perfect. Thank you very much, guys. Well done. You right with that? You got your helmets? Yeah, don't drop it.
Well done, mate.
Well done.